Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live! Hello everybody and welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Joining me today is Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gent Minar, half-elf spellslinger. Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, stop Asian hate, believe women, believe victims, eat the rich, and remember that corporations always tend inherently toward evil. That's what I've got for today.
All right. Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Titania Valkorian, Eladrin Druid Princess.
All right. William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdis Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
Jeremy.
Hello, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Kalerna Ilani, a Drow Echo Knight, and I will go into the Skull and Bones as a ladies' man with two motorcycles.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have two motorcycles?
Do I?
I don't think you do.
When he gets into the
You
Skull
don't
and
know
Bones,
that I
he will.
don't.
The fact that
You're
you
right.
didn't-
No, you're right. Actually, I'm going to go in as the conspicuous radical, and then I will get a spare motorcycle from the ladies' man.
Exactly, that's how it works. I know you don't have a motorcycle because if you did, you would have said yes.
Okay, that is actually a fair point.
And Cody.
Hi, I'm Cody. I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
You do have a motorcycle, don't you, Cody?
I do. I plan
But do
on.
you have two?
I don't have two because I don't have that much disposable income. If I did, yes.
Only one. And yes,
Only
also
then can you join the Skull and Bones.
Bones
only
Society.
then. Yes, and also fuck Nazis and fuck white
Yes.
supremacy.
Yes.
Mhm.
When last we left off, the Sealhearts flew up to a rock that was flying overhead, found a village, and
Sure
then
did.
ran over a dragon.
Sure did.
Yep.
They pulled out in front of us.
I was going to say, to
Yeah.
be fair, we were not the ones steering the island.
Nobody was at the time.
Nobody was, yeah.
So
Like the island also had right of way.
Jesus, take the wheel. Anyway,
no, impulse take the wheel.
yeah.
I mean, also there's a storm, there's a thundercloud that's currently obscuring the island from all eyes below it. So,
Mhm.
Oh,
which is why the dragon ran into the island
that's
because dragons don't give a shit about thunderclouds.
Well, I
Especially blue
bet this
dragons,
one
which
does
is why they are
now.
the best.
I mean,
I mean,
still
it's,
does
it's
it.
not doing
It's
much
not doing
anymore.
anything.
no, it's dead
In
now.
its next life,
It's like
It's going to have an unknown, irrational fear of thunderclouds.
yeah, there's gonna be this
the
one
Red
dragon
Terran
that's
gets
like, no.
rebooted again. We're going to run into a dragon who has an irrational fear of clouds.
Like, I know you.
This dragon appears before Elenia Rathis, and the god is like, how did you die? It's like, well, I ran into a thundercloud and got hit by a flying island.
What?
Okay, that's a new one. We're writing this one down.
You're dead. You don't need to lie anymore.
I mean, to be fair, if you were a god and one of your people came to you and said that's how they died, wouldn't you be like, All right, no questions asked. Get in.
Get in. All right.
Come on in.
Sounds rough.
That sucks.
That's rough, buddy.
That's what I plan on saying when I die.
Yeah, you flew into a
Island
thundercloud
right
and got
over you.
hit by an island.
Who's gonna question it?
It's a good question. Yeah, no.
I mean, that's a
Right,
theological
yeah.
debate for another time. Anyways, who is going to question it? That's the question. So, Titania Zavorn, the chosen of the chosen of Impulse, and also a ranger, has provided some amount of healing to Titania and Kalerna. Titania, you are awake, covered in bits of singeing acid that are just eating away bits of. Not actually, no, they're not, because your clothing is magical currently, eating away bits of your hair. But you are awake once more, covered in goo.
Here would be useful to have prestidigitation now, right now, wouldn't it?
Only we had somebody.
Ben's just going to give you a hand up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll help you to your feet.
Okay.
One day, if I have a spare feet, I might just take Arcane Initiate for prestidigitation.
Who would you learn it from,
And-
though?
Gent and Valdeth, who are untouched.
I mean, clearly, Valdeth will learn it from my next character,
Ah.
who has prestidigitation.
I want to remind everybody, Ithram taught Scuzz how to cast prestidigitation.
true.
He,
That is
He
true.
knows the spell.
Yeah,
It is just
Ithram
not
has
worthy
cantrip.
of memorizing.
Ithram has cantrip versatility. Like, he can
Yeah.
take prestidigitation at any time. He just doesn't.
Right.
Just chooses not to at this point.
The principle.
It's a principle of the thing.
Fair.
It is
Fair.
the best cantrip.
Anyways,
The Swiss Army knife of cantrips, let's be honest.
That
Zavorn.
went pretty well.
Yeah, Zavorn sort of stands over at the edge of the island and looks down. Huh. Never thought we'd run into a dragon.
Sure, he didn't think he would run into an island.
Yeah, surprises all around.
How big is this island, anyway?
He's like 5 miles.
The big island.
Interesting.
I mean,
Well.
it is not the biggest kind of island, but
No.
it is big for a flying island, I would assume.
Big for a flying island, sure. Small for a
I don't know.
regular island.
What is a standard flying island size?
No idea.
There isn't one.
There's not a ton of things that fly that are more than a mile in length. There are a few, but not many.
We're only like a couple miles wide, so it's mostly long,
Right. No, that makes sense.
and then a lot of it's mountain. It points at the yet further heights you could scale to.
Right, which does raise some interesting questions for later, but I assume, and Gent just sort of turns to the rest of the group, we're taking this provided transit method?
Hey,
If we can.
at the
It's
moment,
not-
Yeah, we don't.
All
mind.
right. Well, I'm going to go see if we can get some ground visibility at some point and see if I can't at least calculate a lateral ground speed for this thing so we know what we're up against.
Cool.
Did we still have to pick up your items, Valdeth?
yes, we did at some point.
Oh, yes,
oh,
yes, we
that's
do.
right.
Well, Titania's going to have to find a tree around here then.
Yes.
Just points,
Yeah, I can get us there.
points at a copse of trees just over not too far away.
Well, I
Okay.
figured Ithram would probably get us there and you would get us back here.
That's Yeah, I can do that.
I forget. What is it? Because it's been a week. Is it today or tomorrow that I need to go back and get sword?
Tomorrow.
So tomorrow I need to go and retrieve the sword.
How did you?
All right. We can do that.
Like, I get that one teleporting. How do you get people around? He says pointing it to Tanya.
Oh, I open a portal in a tree.
Oh, how's that work?
It just opens. They're all kind of. I don't.
So they're all like connected, like under the ground, like roots and things.
Well, I don't think we go through the roots. You kind of just go through the trunk. I don't. It's magic.
Yeah.
Magic connects all trees. I don't think all trees in the world have a connected root system.
No, like
very, very clearly not. And
Right.
flying island that we're on that has trees.
I wonder if it would
That
work.
is not apparently dragging huge amounts of root fiber behind it all the way down to the ground surface.
Just pulling it
maybe it
along
is,
like
we don't
string
know.
cheese.
Right.
I don't know. That'll be interesting to find out if it works.
what do you mean if?
I don't know how magic works. He says as he gestures towards the wheel that is anchored, that is attached to the ground and nothing else.
That's true. Okay, fair. Okay. You thought about where you might want to land this thing
No,
at some point?
not particularly. I figure we'll land.
Okay.
We'll land when we need to.
Impulse has a very sort of make it up as you go along kind of vibe to themselves.
Yeah.
What if when you need to land, you're in, I don't know, hostile territory or something like that?
Well, they'd better duck.
I mean, yes.
And
but
sort of
once
just
you land,
points
there's
it.
the problem of the hostile territory. You know what? Never mind. You do you.
I mean, you've just dropped 5 square miles of island on their head. I don't know how many of the hostile forces will still be, interested at that point.
I mean, it's really.
Hostile lands are larger than 5 miles. There will still be
Oh well,
armies
yeah. Sorry,
to
I thought
go
you were
and
talking about a
attack the invading
specific
island.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's not like we have very many enemies other than the pirates, and they don't really have land masses. Well, I guess they do. Like mostly it's boats.
I mean, when an island comes down like a meteor and destroys some amount of owned land, I feel like you'll make a new enemy fairly quick.
If the island comes down as the meteor, you won't be making anything because you will be dead.
I mean, just explain to them that Impulse did it.
I'm sure they will understand. Can we leave?
Kind of need this to get north. We're just gonna hop off and then.
I mean, you don't need it. You could theoretically teleport. You could theoretically teleport to Everstone and then Windstride.
We can't.
Or
Yeah.
Windwalk.
I feel like we're going to fight something else very big and very dangerous, and I'm not opposed to that. That is a hero's job.
That's true. I kind of feel
But-
bad leaving this island. Like,
I mean, so do I. But what are we supposed to do in
Here.
that respect?
something. I don't know.
Take over the island?
I think it belongs to him.
I am not opposed to
I mean,
insurrection.
it belongs to
in
the people of the island who seem to be relatively fine where the island is right now.
The local
Do we know
population
for sure? Have we
is
talked to the
sanguine.
people?
Yes. I talked to them a
Okay.
bit.
They're okay with these?
It's interesting.
It's
They're
definitely a
kind of-
shift in their status quo, but they weren't upset overtly.
Then I don't
don't
see the
think-
issue.
for very long though. If it's
I mean,
for a long time.
Standard perspective in the village seemed to be that this is something of a vacation. I don't know how long
Oh,
that mode of emotion will last.
Oh,
Kalera,
dear. that is concerning.
But at least the old folks are getting out for a change.
Getting up. Usually that refers to getting out and getting exercise, not your land Then flying up, flying.
I realize that this is an unorthodox situation. Absolutely.
They're still not being any more healthy. Perhaps
Well,
considerably
they're
less.
getting raided by pirates significantly less, so I would say that's their primary health improvement.
Better air quality, maybe. Other than the dragons that fly through it.
Right.
I was about to say, I don't think they've ever been attacked by a dragon, though, when they were sitting in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And they still haven't been. There was simply one that accidentally collided with them, and some helpful people took care of it for them.
Aye, but if we hadn't been there, they would have been attacked by a dragon.
Yeah,
Quite probably. But we were, and they weren't. So, problem solved. And now we know to keep an eye out for dragons. Don't we, sir?
Or dragons know to keep an eye out for us.
That's the other side of the coin.
Everyone's back at the wheel.
At any point,
Just-
sometime soon, we should be passing by roughly within the visual range of Everstone, so I can make a fucking point.
Wait, what?
So that was
I like Gent's newly discovered levels of diplomacy trolling.
What point, Valvis?
I had mentioned to I had detailed the situation to Geist Koenig, and he had mentioned that his clients might have a hard time believing that. I was like, well, we'll be passing by the city soon if they want to look outside.
Ah, yeah.
So, again, you go over to the edge, look down.
Yep.
You see Thundercloud.
Yep. No ground visibility yet.
None at all.
Okay. Well, we still got plenty of dense cloud cover, so nobody's going to be seeing us anytime soon until we clear that.
Make a nature check.
Hey. I am marginally competent at that. 12.
And you sort of look around, and you're like, you're expecting the island to break through the cloud cover at some point.
Right.
It looks like the island is actually dragging the storm with it.
With it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. We seem to be orbitally locked with a weather system.
Wait a minute. This brings a whole new level of concern.
Look, we're just a little black rain cloud.
That's not how weather works.
It's also flying.
Also
how high are we
true.
flying?
Pretty high.
I was gonna say, no way to tell. We can't see the ground.
It took you guys like 30 minutes to get up to the island. So
Are we actually at cloud level, or
yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
let me
or are we below
I was
it?
gonna say, are there any clouds above us as well?
There are some
I'm gonna
clouds
roll
above
a
you, but
nature roll
not
to
a
see how
lot.
well I understand weather patterns.
Yeah, go ahead. Not very
Oh
much.
no, it's fine. It's fine. We're certainly not going to drastically fuck up the entire ecosystem of Gran Terra. It is
No.
fine.
I was gonna say, standing on the edge, can I see like how far
I know
the
just as
storm
much as you
cloud
do.
goes?
Yeah, you can actually see clear skies. Like you'd estimate probably somewhere between 500 to 600 feet off the island.
All right. It's a fairly small cloud. This might be Impulse's way of keeping this from becoming as much of a target as possible.
We all gather on the edge and just look at this.
Right? Everybody's just
That's
staring. into
That's
the
when a
cloud.
bald man with a spear and a shield kicks you in the back.
No, yeah, I am going nowhere near the edge, next to it, around a devout follower of Impulse.
Oh, it would be funny.
Come on,
Patches.
who has had that impulse of just doing something terrible
yeah.
at some point?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
literally what Impulse is about.
Yeah,
Saved your life.
Mhm.
I don't know what would happen if we just pushed. Huh?
No, he's fucking with the
Shake
wheel
that
right
up.
now. So
No, I figured we'd just kind of stay on here and see kind of how it goes.
Again, what's the range on your vision with those goggles?
Let me check and see.
And strictly speaking, vision doesn't have a mechanical range.
Yeah, but
unless you're counting night vision.
I challenge you to pick out details at a great distance.
Oh, definitely.
Regardless of how much light you have.
But what I'm saying is mechanically, I don't think there's any like indicator for it. Like even a spyglass doesn't really have much in the way of mechanics. It just says you can see things in the distance clearer.
Yeah.
Objects viewed in spyglass are magnified to twice their size.
There's no numerical. It's just my goggles can magnify items to twice their size in quote spyglass mode. So
yeah. All right. So yeah, if you turn on spyglass mode,
he would.
You can actually see. The floating bits of land around the Arcana Mysterium.
Oh, okay.
You're at roughly equivalent level to them.
Gotcha. In a sort of east-west moving direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we seem to be at a roughly equal longitude to Mysterium, at least, if you look out to the south there. Gen's going to see if he can make a rough calculation given estimation of duration of time from when it was in Grifftop to roughly about now.
Yeah, think about how long that's taken. It's a little bit faster than riding a horse that distance because it's only been a day as opposed to 2 days.
Right.
But so yeah, it's about twice as fast as riding a horse.
Right. We're running at about 2 horsepower right now.
2 horses.
That's not how horsepower works for anybody who's watching.
Yeah, like just based on your calculations from where you guys landed on it to where it is now, it's roughly twice the speed of a horse.
We can get faster there if with spells.
Yes, if we. What do you all think? Staying here or taking the slow route and risking crash, or magical expenditures on the daily and get there probably significantly faster?
Well, for right now, we'll have teleportation to get to our closer place no matter what, so we can leave that question until after we've done all else needs done.
Things.
All right.
Yeah, if you're looking at the squares on the world map, you're basically moving 1 square a day.
Okay.
And we needed to get where again?
To Exter/Stera.
Oh, that's right, way up there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a little ways.
We can make it there significantly faster with magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Windwalk moves us like
2
2 squares in a day, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we can pretty much island hop.
It'll take us longer. No. Dead things don't get. I mean, they do get deader, but like.
They don't rest. Whatever they're trying to achieve, time is important. As much as I would not like to leave these individuals behind to fend for themselves should another dragon appear or collide, however you want to word it, ensuring their safety is also as important. Perhaps we could speak with Koenig to get them either relocated away from pirates or at least protected by another band from the adventuring company until it lands.
Or, of course, they do have a local divine chosen with them who is probably more than capable of handling most non-dragon type things.
Yes, but what type of things are really going to be a problem in the air right now other than dragons?
Can I make a nature check or something?
Sure.
Cloud giant?
Fox.
Rocks are on the ground. I'm kidding.
23.
fly.
Let me tell you about all the things that fly in the skies of Gran Terra.
Cloud giants, storm giants, rocks, dragons, air elementals, like phoenixes.
The only things that I've heard in that list that don't sound dangerous on a dragon level scale are rocks and air elementals.
I mean, rocks are pretty high on the danger scale.
Oh yeah.
You may be
but-
underestimating the power of a rock.
With a 23, can Gent make a likelihood of actually encountering any of these, though, calculation?
That's the thing. It's like it's impossible to tell how likely it is to be, because at any there's a lot of airspace in Gran Terra, so at any one point in time, it's unlikely for any of these two things to collide. But if a cloud giant's castle is in the way of wherever this island goes, then yeah, they're going to run into it. So it's you have no idea where any cloud giant castles are or where any storm giant castles are. So it's impossible to tell the likelihood of it running into any of these things.
Also, things like, I don't know, deities.
Here's the thing. This island was lifted into the air by the efforts of Impulse and his chosen. We're only as responsible for this as we choose to be. There's nothing inherent.
Yes.
So, be as responsible as you choose to be, I suppose, then, everybody.
Interestingly, a rock is a CR11 challenge.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Rocks are fucking... Dude,
Those things, those things can
they will fuck you up.
It's all right. A village of elderly can take them.
Look, as long as they've got one old guy with a bald head and a broom who doesn't seem to be a threat in any particular way, they're fine.
Kalerna just nods and then walks over to about 15 feet away from our chosen friend and just stands there keeping an eye on him.
Okay. From 15 feet away, which is basically speaking distance.
Or, leaping into attack distance.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, basically everything that you just listed in that list of monsters, aside from air elementals, is roughly in the same CR range.
Yeah.
So running into any one of those would be a danger that he might not be able to handle.
Potentially. But then again, this isn't our island, so,
Yeah.
You said the wrong words, Jack. Be as responsible as you feel the need to be. All.
So Zavorn's just messing with the wheel for a little bit, then he gets that stick out, locks it in place. All right, cool. Well, if you guys want food, and he heads back towards the village.
Does Kalerna follow him?
She gave me that look like the look that is very specifically, did you just put a brick on the gas pedal and then walk into the back of your RV to make a camper? A sandwich?
I feel like you've known people that did that.
I have
Jeremy.
not personally, no.
Kalerna,
Yes.
have you not been on ships before much?
Not very much. No, we do not.
Lashing the wheel is a fairly normal procedure.
Is it something that you do when you are in, shall we say, somewhat uncharted waters?
Uncharted in what way? The open ocean, for instance, is frequently uncharted. And yes, you will lash the wheel out there because it's the open ocean. The odds of you running into something, very slim. Not zero, but slim enough that the risk is considered negligible. Open air, we've ran into one thing. And I think his calculations are, if there was anything else up here, the dragon would have known. So we've already hit the only thing that is really significantly likely to be up here.
With so due respect, Lord Gent, I think you are putting more thought process into these than the chosen is.
Oh, I definitely am.
I don't think that he. I do not believe that he said. The dragon probably already thought would have been known about something.
No,
like that.
He's the chosen of impulse. He decided he wanted a sandwich, so he walked off to get one.
Correct.
Right.
Fine. I will continue on my original task, and I'm going to follow it. And I'm keeping on his ass the entire time we are here.
Sure.
Titania, love, how many healing spells do you have left?
I have a few.
All right.
Why?
Because I'm going to go see if I can turn that wheel.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Gent walks over and tries to pull the stick out and see if he can. He's not trying to actively change course. He's just like, could I steer this if I had to?
Yeah, you unblock the wheel. You grab it and spin it. It spins.
Okay. Does the island seem to respond in any way?
No.
Okay.
Do you do like a hard turn?
He's going to ease it like 3 points, enough that it's not going to be. It wouldn't cause if it was a ship to heel over, but it would be enough that you'd see a response on the helm.
Yeah. No response.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, did you really expect that wheel was actually doing anything other than acting as a conduit for our chosen of impulse?
He'll block the wheel back. I wasn't sure. It's impulse. You can't always be entirely sure.
No, but you can have a reasonable guess.
Right. My reasonable guess is this either steers it, or this is just a way for him to focus his intent to steer.
We seem to have found the latter.
I think so.
I'm gonna go find Kalerna.
All right. We'll be right behind.
So yeah, Kalerna, you follow Zavhorn, who stops, draws his bow, draws an arrow, fires, walks over to a bush, picks up a rabbit that he just hit, like almost instinctually, just shot and hit, throws it over his shoulder, continues walking. He's really good with that bow, you can tell.
He is a ranger, and thus the person who uses a bow, as we've established in previous conversations.
I feel like he didn't.
Only rangers use bows.
And happened to hit a rabbit.
That's what it definitely looked like. Absolutely, he shot randomly and hit a rabbit.
Okay, well, yep, following along.
Yeah, he
not hard to find. I'm moving as quickly as he is, so
I
am not determining how quickly you catch up to me.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not like trying to evade you following him or anything. Eventually, you get back to his house. And he goes over, and
I don't walk into his house. I'm just standing outside.
After a few minutes, a pie is placed on the windowsill. You hungry?
No, thank you. I'm quite fine.
Cuts into it, pulls a slice out, goes back into his house, eating.
Hi, Kalerna.
Hello.
Ooh, hi. Hi. So, how's it going? Anything suspicious?
Nothing yet. No.
Okay.
I lean in very quiet, like, I do not mean to be disrespectful of the religions of this area, but I don't fucking like impulse.
Do you have impulse where you're from?
I don't. I would
Impulse is
assume
everywhere.
yes.
Okay.
Still,
Right. This is fair. This is fair. I can kind of tell. Well, at least the weather's nice. Not
I
in
suppose
the
this is
cloud.
true. This is very true.
Some cooked meat
So,
gets put on the
like,
on the sill next to the pie. You're hungry? Have it.
Thanks. I'm gonna go grab some and bring enough back for both of us.
Yeah.
She'll like leave half of it for you, but start eating.
Okay.
Yep.
It's cooked hare.
All right. This is pretty good. So like, since you're the other chosen one here,
Right.
what's that like?
I mean, Hydratos simply told me, sends me vision things that need to be done from time to time. I go and do them. It's nothing. It is nothing special.
Is that what this is? The following?
No, I'm not. I have not been told to do this. I just assume that this is something that she would want me to be doing because gestures vaguely around.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like it is not a constant flow of information or anything like that.
What was the last one you got?
To find you people. It is sporadic. I'm sure she is a busy god.
Yeah. I've never even met my great grandfather, so it's fair.
I have questions. How is that relevant to a deity discussion?
Oh, did you not know? Oh, probably not. Gosh. I'm a Valkorian. So like the royal family of Taram is descended from the god emperor of Taram.
Ah, yes. I have heard of such a thing.
Great. So there's a lot of there's a number I can never remember it.
There are many greats. I understand.
Yep.
You're 47th in line to the throne, so there's at least 46 greats.
Yeah. At least.
That's not that is it's not great. It's not straight in the line necessarily, unless that's specifically how the lineage goes.
No, the lineage is based on birth
aunts,
rates,
uncles, sibling, cousins.
It's fair. It could be much less. Anyway.
Depending on how wide the family tree is, that could be as few as like 6 or 7 greats.
That could be as few as Dad.
No,
we're talking about a god emperor here.
I've gotten at least 4, so yeah. No, so I've never met him.
Do you?
Well, I think I have, but I was very little.
This is perhaps weird to say, but do you? Is that where your faith lies?
Yeah. Sort of. Also like impulse and
I apologize for saying I do not like one of your gods.
Aradin. Yeah, that's okay.
I'm sorry, I do not.
Pretty good.
Aradin is fine.
It's pretty excellent.
I suppose.
Do you care at all for Argon as like the actual nature and harvest deity, or?
Yeah, Argon's okay. I mean, like sometimes. So there's me and this is weird.
What is weird?
The person who we're trying to find would have, she did not approve of the zombie thing. Wait, you don't know that I do that, do you?
No, you have mentioned that.
Okay.
I am.
You've also summoned
Yeah.
them in front of.
Yes,
I did.
you did the very first time we met.
That's fair.
It was in the
Okay.
middle of a battle, if you remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You almost you wanted to hit it.
Initially, yes,
Anyway.
until I realized it was yours under your control, and necromancy on its
I
own
don't know.
is simply necromancy. It is not necessarily evil or good. It is the intent of the person behind it.
That's what I said. But yeah. No, it's like from what I remember for Legend class, which to be honest isn't much. I kind of skipped out on a bunch of those to go get high in the forest. But
I am shocked.
yeah. But like they're all kind of interrelated a little bit anyway. So, I don't know. It's like be polite to them at least. I don't like the breath orb. That's yeah.
No, nobody likes Rethorb. I don't
I
even
don't think
think
they're all
Rethorb
good,
likes
but
Rethorb.
they're all there.
Oh, Rethorb loves Rethorb. Rethorb is
What?
Rethorb's favorite person.
Shut up, Voices
Yeah.
God, you're not here.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know too much about yours though.
What about
I'm always
Marduk?
curious.
Does Marduk like Rethorb?
No. Marduk.
Even Marduk doesn't care much for Rethorb.
Rethorb creeps Marduk out.
And the brother to all, but you're just creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, you wish to know more about the Dratos?
Yeah, I was kind of curious.
Yes, absolutely, as I explain more.
Hydratos is the Lady of the Lake. She
Yeah.
is a divine being that is principally communicated through like visions of lakes and things like that. She exists in. She's rumored to exist in a very particular lake in the country of Avalon, which is where her primary shrine is. She's a lawful good goddess. That sort of the patron deity of many knightly orders from Euskurva. You know, her her only command of her followers is go out, do good. You know.
You have to keep things simple with knights, otherwise they start getting angry.
We go out correcting injustice in the world.
That's fair. That's a good one, generally. Well, mine, I guess, is that I'm trying to protect, Charam. I don't know.
Noble goal.
I think so. I thought so.
Thought so? Do not think so?
Complicated things with stuff we found out in the ice castle, whatever. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I think I wanted to ask, so like, why you keep flinging yourself in front of things, or, well, this isn't coherent. you keep trying to be the hero and like save everything. It's very noble. You're good at it.
Thank you.
The echo, the in front of the dragon, that was
Yes.
very good if it would have worked.
It was it doesn't always work, but it's always worth trying.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that this is a bad thing?
No, not necessarily. And like, I get it, but also, if you keep doing that, I can't do other things. Like, and she's going to cast, going to cast Conjure Woodland Beings. Where just a bunch of, I don't even know what she summons. She summons something big. Not sea hags.
To summon a sea hag.
She summons a bunch of sprites. Yeah, 8 sprites. Sort of appear around. I can't.
I do
I'm
not
the group healer.
Right.
I'm trying to make sure you all stay alive. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep you moving in other ways. As a zombie, possibly. Did you fill out the form, by the way?
I do not remember. If I did not, I will have to at some point. Yes.
Thank you.
I mean, generally, I will not throw myself in front of, unless it is something like the dragon situation, where you are the healer.
You know, in the pit with the troll thing, or with and she just starts listing off the times that Kalirna has nearly died.
This is my role in things. This is what I do. This is what I am good at.
You're the healer. I'm the tank.
If I do not do these things will attack someone like you, which then if you are dead, you cannot heal.
Yeah.
Or other people, exactly.
Well, I mean, there's other people who can tank. Valdis, for example.
I do not mean to be impinging on Valdis' role in the group, if that is what you are saying.
No, I'm just... Don't die, please.
It is never It is never my... Thank you. It is never my goal to die. That is why generally, if I have the opportunity, my echo will be the one throwing itself in front of things.
Okay.
But if my echo is not able to, and I can protect somebody else,
because it just seemed like down when we were dealing with the Revthorpe thing that you were sort of going to fling yourself in front of everything in order to prove yourself. Which I've done
certainly
before.
That would not be the case.
And I don't want you to do it, too.
I would certainly not do that just to prove a point.
Okay. She flings the sprites at you, and in the ensuing chaos,
8 little teeny tiny fey like pixies just into your face.
Tiny creatures, get away! What
she faced us away.
She tries not to kill them because they were created by You're a horrible person.
Yeah.
You're being distracted by tiny pixies, and she just teleports out.
Yep. Bye. Anyway.
And I walk
like
away.
30 feet away, so it's not that impressive, but yeah.
There is a parrot sitting on that windowsill just staring at the two of you.
Okay.
As the pixies finish messing with you and fly back towards Titania. The rest of you catch up theoretically.
So,
And
oh. Yes. No, we've seen this before. Are we spending the night here and Taram tomorrow and then deciding what we do from there?
Probably I.
sounds
Excellent.
like a plan.
Also,
Well-
Kalerna, are you going to stand guard outside this man's home all day?
Until I have something else more important to do, yes.
I mean, I
You know-
suppose we should arrange for somewhere to sleep.
He does not seem to mind.
If you're looking for signs of ill intent, you're not going to find it in the champion of Eidos. If he does anything bad, it's not going to be with any kind of prior intent. It's just a
Exactly.
thing that he'll do.
That is exactly my point. So if he does something, I must be there to try and stop it.
Impulse,
It could
not
happen
Eidos.
at literally any moment.
Saying impulse, yes. Did I say Eidos?
You said Eidos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a completely different person who you haven't met yet. Chosen of Eidos is a little bit less, happy-go-lucky random and a little bit more I like to watch things die.
Mm-hmm.
So,
As is appropriate to being a champion of Eidos.
yeah. Rooms are provided for you. Zavor
that's nice.
Zavor will actually invite you into his home where there are a couple of extra rooms. He bakes food. There's pie. It's It's blueberry pie.
Ithram is gonna. I don't want to impose. I have my tent. I will just set that up outside.
If you like.
It's been a while since I've camped outside.
Is
My
there
tongue
also
blew.
ice cream? Are there small orange people?
There's no ice cream. There are no small orange people, no. There is a parrot. And it stares at you.
Hello. I see if it talks.
It can talk. You've heard it talk. It just isn't talking right now.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's very fair. I assume it's a familiar or something.
Make a nature check.
Sure, those go well. 15.
This, you sort of looking at this bird, and there's something not right about this bird. You're sort of looking at it
Okay.
and thinking about it. And it's a little bit bigger than a parrot should be. It's a little bit sharper in fang, or in talon and beak.
If it had fangs, that'd be a real indicator.
Yeah, a
Um,
little bit.
you get sort of a sense, like a primal sense around this creature. Like this isn't just a bird. This is an embodiment of an idea of a bird.
It is the parrot.
Yeah, it's not just a parrot. It's the parrot.
Beautiful. Okay. What's your parrot's name?
He hasn't told me.
Oh, you just show up with the,
Didn't you call him Hawk last session?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's not his name. I just call him Hawk
that's
because he hasn't told me what his name is. I figure if I keep calling him different bird names, he'll eventually tell me what his name is, but he hasn't yet.
fair. Do you show up with the urge?
Is his name Impulse? Is my question.
I know. I tried that one. It didn't work. Sorry, what was that?
Well, he's very striking.
I like him. Sometimes he's a wolf.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Do you still call him bird names when he's a wolf?
Yeah, I still call him Hawk.
Okay.
Sometimes he's a shark. But that's less
Cool.
often.
And I assume mostly when there's water around.
Yeah, which,
Okay, good.
is a well, but... Weird how that hasn't
That
run dry
works.
yet.
Let's
That's
hope it
nice.
stays that way.
Yeah.
Fortunate.
He goes to bed.
Before Ithram goes to bed, he's gonna pop out his shield and cast at 6th level immovable object on it. Still move it around. and then just pop it back into the pocket plane.
Okay. For what reason?
It's an in case.
Ah.
How long does it last at 6th level? Is it until the spell?
Yeah. Yeah. If we need a doorstop, I got one now.
Good to know. All right. So you eventually all turn in for a long rest. Kalerna,
Yep.
as you're asleep,
God damn it. What?
you find yourself coming to awareness in your dreams.
Okay.
You're standing at the edge of a large, mirror-like lake.
I'm
One
getting
you've
pushed
seen-
into that lake. I know it.
One that you've seen before.
Okay. Oh, okay. That lake.
That the thing that you were just talking about getting visions from.
Right. No, absolutely. I'm just saying, if you're standing at the edge of anything after a day spent with the chosen of impulse in your dreams, be careful.
From the middle of the lake rises this mirror-like feminine individual. It's almost as if the surface of the lake, instead of being water, is liquid glass, as she rises from the center and detaches from the rest of the water without disturbing it.
Okay.
And she walks across the lake to you, stands in front of you, and holds out her hand.
I do whatever would be appropriate.
You take her hand.
Yes. I don't know whether it's kneel or like.
You,
I do it fervently.
You take her hand, and she leads you into the water.
Okay.
Unlike her, as you walk into the water, you sink
Right.
until you are completely engulfed in the lake. And there, you sort of you're not, your breathing isn't hindered or anything. You don't feel like you're drowning,
Mm-hmm.
but the darkness of the lake below you suddenly opens up, and you see a pair of islands far below you.
Okay.
One much smaller than the other. One looking almost like the head of a shark trying to bite the first. With two distinct colorizations to them. The one that it looks like it's going to be bitten is this blackened and charred husk of a landscape. And the other that looks like a shark's head is this verdant green forest.
Okay.
Without saying anything, the lady, who is now next to you in the water, reaches out, and her arm, at the same time, her arm seems to stretch indefinitely, and at the same time, the island seems to be much closer and smaller than you were expecting, as she reaches out and taps the blackened, charred island. And as she does, the island glows blue and refreshes itself to a verdant landmass similar to the one larger one next to it.
Okay.
She looks over at you, reaches out again with an arm that seems to be way longer than it should be, and also she's way closer to you than you thought. Taps you on the chest. And you get a distinct feeling that this is your next mission.
Okay.
And then you wake up.
Oh, fucking hell.
I mean, I can tell you which islands that looks like on the map.
Yeah.
So yeah, you all wake up after a long rest. You've recovered everything.
Whoop.
There's the smell of baked goods on the windowsill.
Good morning.
They're cookies.
Hello.
Ooh, muffins.
No, cookies.
Better. Okay.
They're
Eat some. Hey, Val. You ready to go?
Hey.
Should we all head there, or I won't be able to So I don't know if we want to decide now, but I won't be able to turn us into a cloud until the same day I do the tree striding. So
Until the day after.
Yep.
Well,
Well-
no matter where we decide to go, if we decide to go to Everstone and then make our way, it'll still be faster than staying on this island.
Where is Everstone again?
It's on the island of Morn.
Right.
Which is the island where you first met us.
Right.
It's a distinctly skull-shaped
Oh wait,
island.
no, I can.
Yes.
Maybe?
I would call it, by the way, vaguely skull-shaped.
Once it's finished, it'll be more distinctly skull-shaped. There is like a large lake on one side and a mountain on the other. That
Fair.
like
No,
eyes.
okay, yeah. That would definitely make a difference because right now, if I looked at it and you didn't associate any shape with it, I wouldn't say, "Wow, that looks exactly like a skull."
Yeah, like
There are
there's
definitely, if you say skull, yes.
there's like an island. There's like a big lake over here, and then there's a big spiky mountain over here.
Looks like our cartoon shark to me.
Yeah.
Or no, Everstone. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't call that looking like a skull, but
See there, yeah.
It's skull reminiscent. All right, but first order of business is Ithram getting us all to Taram to pick up your sword, love?
That would be useful for fighting the undead, yes.
okay.
Let's be on our way then.
Mm. Gather around.
Oh, yep.
Zivhorn waves. See you later. If you see a giant
Safe
island coming
travels.
crashing down, run.
Okay.
Better yet, do not crash an island.
I'll try my best.
Good luck.
Thanks.
I will cast teleportation circle.
You draw the thing. Rift opens.
Yep.
Just Kalerna too busy giving Zavon the stink eye to
No,
go through.
he steps back. She steps back into it.
Just backwards, just like the whole time, just like
But
Get the
you-
portal open, back into it, still locked eyes with that one.
Yep, absolutely,
He's just-
100%.
He's just smiling. And yeah, you're all back in Taram at the teleportation circle in the Weeborn district.
That man is going to get someone killed one day. Many, well, let me rephrase, many people killed one day.
It's possible.
Hopefully, some people who need to die.
I don't imagine fate will be picky in this case.
Sundered God usually isn't picky about much.
It's what you make of it, Valdez says as she starts walking.
mhm.
Lead the way.
Before we left, did we
Is
get,
there,
like, a
does
general-
a girl with a ridiculous amount of red hair and a green dress just walk past at that point, muttering something about change your fit?
No.
Okay, just check it.
Linda Hamilton.
You
Yeah.
step outside. You do the necessary paperwork and step outside. Taram's bustling as it ever is.
All right.
Most of the conversation in the Weedmore district at the moment is centered on this weird thundercloud that's passing by.
Oh yeah.
You actually
There's
look
the
and
island.
see. Yeah, there's just a thundercloud passing by. You can't actually see the island.
Oh wait, is it too late to meditate real quick and change a spell?
I mean, you did that at the beginning of your
Okay,
quest, so go ahead.
all right. I have cloud shape.
Okay. Okay.
Gonna make it look like waves.
Now I'm gonna part the clouds so they all can see the giant thing. Yeah.
Is cloud shape a
Sky-
spell?
Well, it's not called cloud shape. It's skywrite.
Skywrite.
But
Skywrite.
skywrite. I'm assuming I could possibly use this that I cast it real quick. Can I use it to part the clouds so they can see a little bit of the island up there?
Not particularly, no. Like you would write in the clouds, but it wouldn't remove the rest of the clouds.
Okay. She's just gonna write then. There's an island up here! Exclamation point. With an arrow.
Yeah. Suddenly in the thundercloud, there's just the words, "There's an island up here!" Exclamation point with an arrow.
The spell that you would need to do that is control weather, which is slightly out of your
I was
reach
gonna say
right now.
control weather is probably what you would need.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't use Skywrite to dismiss a thunderstorm, unfortunately. You can just make the thunderstorm tell you it's going to kill you on its way to you. So you go and pick up your sword, Valdeth. It's a star metal gunblade katana.
Yep.
Fancy.
So long glowing silvery blade, very intricately carved out runes along its edge, and with a almost a saber-like handguard that houses the trigger mechanism, with a revolver in where the crossguard would be normally.
Yep.
All right, then. Are we returning to the island, or are we going to try to go to Everstone and island hop?
That's the question.
I do feel the need to mention that. Well, I actually, after our conversation, it just so happened that I had a conversation is never the right word, but a communique from my goddess last night, and then I lay it out.
I mean, according to maps, that sounds like sterile.
Okay.
She's not wrong.
The island next to Exter definitely looks like a shark trying to eat it. And I would definitely call Exter a dead and blackened island.
Wait, where?
The island we're headed to.
The island.
Yeah.
All right.
So
you can get there quicker without hopping a ride with the island, with the floating island.
Definitely get there faster, which is probably what we need. Also, it puts the inhabitants of the island less in danger if we're not having the floating island
go
to where a noted lich is
I was worried
held.
about that. I can let him know that we won't be coming back. So then, because we had asked him to kind of, if he felt the impulse to reroute that way, you'll let them know that's not needed. So then maybe it won't drift over. I can get us to Everstone today.
Probably smart.
And then we just hop across, right? Keep doing that?
Basically. Well, we'll want to make sure we're closer to the eastern coast of Morn before we start trying to cross the water. So we might need to take a day to rest on the eastern coast so that we can actually make that first island jump.
Yeah, is the actual city sort of on this other side where the black dot is?
Yeah, the city's on the west side of Morn.
Got it. Okay. I mean, I can change into something that moves fast and try and help bring us over to the eastern side.
Valdeth,
where we can rest.
Your link pearl buzzes.
I put it in my ear.
It's Dorak. Not Dorak. No.
Koenig.
Doran.
Doran.
Wrong D name. Just running past some financial things with you over running of your family. You are distracted for the next 5 minutes or so, basically, with going over things.
Okay.
So Valdeth is talking into a link pearl for a minute.
Okay. Yeah. And then we can just rest and then, yeah, start moving. That should take us, what, 3 or 4 days? Maybe to get there? If I'm doing the math right ish.
It'll take you a day to get
6.
It'll take you a day to get so today you'll get to Everstone.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take you if you windwalk, it'll take you a day to get to the other side of Everstone of Morn.
Okay.
Which we won't be able to.
So that's one
because
day.
it'll be the same day.
Well, yeah, if you rest over by Everstone, then,
Mm-hmm.
or if you head that way and then rest and then windwalk, then it'll take you a day to windwalk from Morn to this island, then a day to go from this one, to this island, then a day to get over there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 days.
Just over a week.
That's faster.
Give or take a day or two, depending on environment and situations and when we might have to stop or who knows what.
Do we know what's on any, well, besides pirates, on any of those islands?
I don't think any of us know any of what's on the Shattered Isles.
But
Right.
you are picking up a sword, and I will go do some research then.
All right. What are you researching?
Okay.
What's in the Shattered Lands? What can we expect on these islands?
All right, cool.
Ithram's going to go with.
Intelligence saving throw, both of you.
And he's also...
Or investigation checks, one of the two.
He's going to look up possible counters to entrenched necromancy, basically. Necromancy that's long-standing.
24.
So, Ithram looking for defenses against entrenched necromancy, like a necromantic fortress or something. You find
more like necromancy that's been that's infused into an area for a while.
Yeah, once the source of the necromancy is gone, it'll eventually heal itself. But to get rid of it, there's disruption weapons, divine magics, things like that, are what you find out mostly about. Disruption weapons are particularly effective at destroying undead. Basically, the idea that you find looking up is, in order to heal an area that has been tainted with undeath, kill the undeath that's there, and then nurture it back to life.
Yep.
That's sort of the goal there. So, Gent, you find okay. So this area here in the middle of the
this little
first
trio of islands.
Yeah, it's a triad of islands known as Stowfill 8.
Okay.
It's a community of water-based civilizations that have sort of banded together across these 3 isles. Their communities are largely dedicated to the coastal regions of these islands and sort of interconnected with floating infrastructure. There's lots of building on the water rather than on the island. And you learn that this is because there is actually a series of ancient giant ruins scattered throughout the isles. That was one. It seems like at some point in the ancient histories of this island, or perhaps before it became the Shattered Lands, there was a castle that spanned the 3 islands. And so the ruins that take up a large portion of the island have been overgrown, reclaimed by nature, but also are the home of ghosts. Giant ghosts.
Okay.
So the people...
Ghost giants, giant ghosts.
Yeah. So the people there tend to stay to the coasts where it's safer, which is part of why they've built this community across the water rather than further inland and reclaiming any of these ruins. It's a known trade. It's sort of like a centralized trade hub amongst the northern Shattered Lands.
Okay.
So like several of the islands around it they use this area as sort of a neutral ground, because there's no point in conquering it, because you'd have to cleanse the castles of the ghosts, and then somehow either repurpose the infrastructure to make a civilization or destroy it all of which would require a lot more money than these islands generally have.
Right.
So they tend to use it as these three in particular, referred to occasionally as the Warring Triad, because they are constantly fighting amongst each other. Use the Stowfill 8 as neutral ground.
Right. Because you need somewhere where you can sell the stuff that you took in your latest pillaging run against your local enemies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sell them back to your local enemies.
Right. Frequently, probably. Yeah.
All right, we took all these supplies and weapons from you
from the money that they stole from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Jeremy, you were saying something?
Oh no, I said it only makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Good
We took all these weapons and supplies from you in our last raid. You're gonna give us all the gold that you took from us in your last raid.
Right. Northeast of that, so the easternmost island of the Warring Triad, is Grotterell Isle. It is an island that largely is dedicated to Kultir. Large amount of goblinoid inhabitants. Hobgoblins, orcs, goblins, the like, lizard folk, that have sort of constructed basically a goblinoid kingdom, as it were, among the island, and they're constantly at war with Landdown Haven, which is the larger one of the three, and Elmlam, which is the one that looks kind of like ovaries.
So Landdown Haven is the one that looks kind of like a phallus.
No. Sorry, yeah, I guess other way around. I guess they do both kind of look like internal organs.
Specifically reproductive organs.
Yeah. I was thinking of it upside down, but yeah.
Like the one on the bottom left looks more like a phallus.
If you flip it upside down, though, it's vaginal. Anyways, yeah. That's neither here nor
there. As we go into our human reproductive anatomy class section of our campaigns, that happens all the time.
And then the island next to Terra is Sharkmouth Bay.
Why is it called that?
Because it's shaped like a shark mouth.
Are there
The
sharks
hell
there?
you say?
I've sailed there and Sea of Thieves.
It's usually full of sharks, funnily enough.
Yeah, there's a lot of sharks there. There's also a lot of tritons there. There's a community of tritons that live just off the island. The island itself the island itself is mostly uninhabited.
That'd be a fun thing to be able to play as in Sea of Thieves.
A triton?
Triton.
Yeah. You're just the person
who needs a boat.
You're just the person over there that's guiding people back to their boats at that point.
Right, yeah.
So there's Grotterell, which is this, goblinoid kingdom. Landdown Haven, which is a Aven kingdom. And Elmlam, which is more average, more averagely understood humanoids, humans, elves, dwarves. Constantly at war with each other.
Cool.
And you also know that it gets very, very, Sharkmouth Bay is weirdly temperate. No one really knows why. But everything else from Grotterell and Landdown Haven up, frozen.
Okay.
Like icy water, icy lands.
Probably either seafloor vents or weird currents.
Yeah, for some reason,
Or magic, because magic can also be an explanation for things in this setting.
or some combination of the three.
Yeah.
The Sharkmouth Bay is the only it's a temperate island that far north. It's kind of weird in that manner, but again, no one lives on it, so
Okay.
Except Tritons.
they live around it.
But yeah, Gent will come back with all that research and regurgitate it in suitable fashion to everybody else.
I'll let them come back.
Share
with
what
this.
is a lot.
found.
Oh,
What
how
was that,
much is
Jeremy?
ammunition, by the way?
That is a lot of info.
Hang
Hang on. Tyrion Armory.
I think it was 50 a
Gunblade.
Gunblade is 10.
Ammunition for the Gunblade is 1 gold for 10 rounds. Specialty cartridges do exist. The most common are elemental cartridges. It's 1 gold for 6 rounds for elemental cartridges. They changed the extra damage to something else. Basically.
Yes. Are there radiant cartridges?
Yes.
Sweet.
So your sword's already doing radiant damage anyways.
Yeah, but it can. I would assume that the gun charge can only deal the slashing damage of the sword.
Yeah.
It
It would only do slashing damage. That's fair. Yes, you can get radiant cartridges if you so desire.
It's from what was the thing that we were talking last week? We were talking about putting charges of spells in something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, the Wand of Triplicate.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to prepare that while we're here? Or
I guess
You
it wouldn't hurt.
You could put Windwalk in the triplicate wand. Actually, no. What level's Windwalk?
6.
Windwalk is
Up to
6.
5.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Revivify.
Yeah, Revivify, and then
Well, Revivify is a 3rd level, which would leave you with 2 levels worth of spells left.
Mm-hmm. We can.
Is there a limit on
that
how
bit
many
out.
of the elemental shells I can buy, or is it basically I've got the money for it?
You've got the money for it.
Okay.
I have 500 gold right now.
We found the
Revivify
island.
costs 300, and Greater Restoration. If we're headed to someplace with ghosts, we may want to have that. I remember what it did last time.
I have spent 30 gold. I have spent 10 gold for 100 regular shells, 10 gold for 60 radiant shells, and 10 gold for 60 fire shells.
We found the island. We should speak to Koenig. He can send an individual to go confirm that the island is there, and then we can get paid for that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because it's right overhead. I put a sign up.
Yes, I'm
Noticed
sure.
that, yes.
Yes.
You actually see an airship that has broken away from one of the towers and is heading that direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we look at that, I'm gonna tap the send the link pearl and for Koenig and say, "Is that your airship? An airship under your control headed towards that?"
It's not at the moment, but I could make it my airship.
If you would, that would be the best. That is where the island is. We noticed the cloud after we dealt with the dragon.
I'll get in contact with the pilot.
I'm gonna cast Skyrite again to the upper level of the cloud this time, so that our chosen of impulse can see it, and basically say, "There's an airship. It's friendly. Just coming to say hi."
So you basically write it in reverse.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
I attempt to at least.
Okay.
I mean, last time
That's
I
exactly
did,
10 words. You would be
Yep.
able to pull that one off. Yep.
Perfect.
The question is whether you can do it backwards because I don't know
That's-
if you're going to do anything.
Give me
Well,
a
any writing like that, it is not as easy as it seems.
give me a performance check to see how well you write
Oh
backwards.
boy. Okay. All right. I'm okay at performance. This is fine. 22.
You're pretty confident in your ability to write backwards.
Excellent.
Nice.
A weird
about that.
weird
I mean-
talent. Everybody's got one, and that's yours.
Right.
Yep.
To be fair, if you get stoned enough, I feel like that it's easier to do.
Yeah. Well, as Koenig is investigating the island, and as you are all convening to figure out exactly what your next steps are and what to put in your triplicate wands, that's where we're going to take a break. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages, and also remember when we take our break, you take yours. Stand up, stretch your legs, get around, move around, get a drink, cycle your fluids, whatever it is you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're live. Welcome back, everybody. Hope your breaks went well. We talked about theory crafting and DC Universe stuff.
And Stephen King stuff.
And Stephen King stuff. Not that I recognize the Stephen King stuff because I don't read Stephen King. So, anyways.
I don't blame you. I like Stephen King. He's not, but he is a very particular kind of author. I like him
He's his own flavor.
I like him very, very much when I was 9 to 17.
I got wigged out at a young age reading Goosebumps. So...
Yeah, no, don't read Stephen King.
Then don't read Stephen King.
Do not read Stephen King.
I have a very active imagination. There's a story about kids getting murdered to be put into a bone throne for rats in Goosebumps. So.
Yep. Meanwhile, Stephen King writes about things like self-cannibalization.
Yeah.
Right.
And then occasionally he goes off on a side script and writes something like Through the Eyes of the Dragon.
Anyways, we're back in Gran Terra, which is not written by Stephen King.
Almost became a live-action series. Got so close. I was so angry it didn't.
It's instead written by the Goosebumps authors because that's because that's the level of horror I can get to. So, Valdeth has picked up a sword.
Headline the next day.
While we're in
R.L. Stein claims credit for indie role-playing game company.
I'll see you in court. No. Valdeth got a sword and ammunition. Titania got some reagents, and they cast Revivify into a wand. Ithram cast something into the wand too.
Shield and ice knife.
Gent got some information. Ithram got some information. They know where they're going. They know the islands between them and their location. And Kalerna shared that she now had a divine mission to cleanse Sterile and put it back to Exter.
So we're on a mission from God.
Hey, God.
I've done worse.
Something blue.
While we're in Tehran, is it more accessible to find mithril chain?
Yes.
Or is that still something I'd have to commission?
I mean, you still have to commission it, but it's you
right.
can find the commissioners.
Okay.
Always remember, of course, that at any point along our journey, if we find trees, we have further checkpoints that we can go back to Tehran and tree stride back at the cost of a day of travel.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'll commission.
Well, yeah.
40 feet. Actually.
Does anyone want to commission or buy some more clothing of holding? Since you're down a bag of holding and a coat of holding?
Yes, I would.
And a bra of holding?
Yes. Do they have one of those? Can I get one?
They have more. They always have bras of holding in stock. It's their number one selling
much?
item. How it was like 100 per? Yeah. 100 gold
so.
per? Yeah.
Sweet.
The bra of holding is their number one selling item, just behind, or just ahead of the jockstrap of holding. Because similar to the bra of holding, while the bra of holding can make you appear to have any cup size you desire, the jockstrap of holding can do the same thing. Just a different cup.
Also, there are any number of guys who would like to be able to just randomly pull stuff out of their pants.
Oh, absolutely. Great sword. All right, let's go. Where were you hiding that? Don't worry about it. Also, it's a dysphoria aid for trans individuals that can't afford the transmutation magic to fully transition.
I feel like holding magic has become so ubiquitous and advanced that it's become cheaper in the local economy of Tehran.
Absolutely in Tehran. It's way cheaper in Tehran than anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Mission 5 lengths of 5 20-foot lengths of mithril chain.
Okay. It'll take you 3 days.
Yep. And regular chain is just...
Yeah, it'll be like 150 gold for each per length.
150 per.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get a mithril chain net?
Theoretically, yes. If you cast a movable object on the net and catch somebody in it, they're gonna have a real hard time getting out.
Yep.
As we fabricate more and better uses for the net than its base level.
All right, that's all I'm good for then.
Yes, Mara?
Can I buy some ivy, please?
Yes, you can buy some ivy.
Excellent. I'm gonna put it in the flower pot of awakening.
Okay. Poison ivy or non-poison ivy?
This is a good question. Poison ivy.
All right.
Why would you make it poison ivy? That's a bad plan. Why would you make the sentient poison ivy?
Because
I've got plans.
You put some poison ivy into the pot of awakening. It takes 30 days for it to wake up.
It's going to like you, and then it's going to want to rub against you, and you will be permanently afflicted with poison ivy.
Or I can tell it where to go, and we have some garden protection at our nice house. I got plans.
Awakening a plant doesn't make it smart. It makes it sentient.
Well, no, it makes it smart, yeah.
It makes it technically like almost as smart as me. Which is great. Let me see. No, I have no description for it. Yeah, no, I think awakening gives it like a sentience.
It turns into an awakened shrub, which gives it an intelligence of 10, a wisdom of 10.
See, that's smarter than me.
A charisma of 6, a constitution of 11, a dexterity of 8, and a strength of 3.
Beautiful.
It's friendly towards you, and absent commands from you, it does nothing.
Yep. I plant the poison ivy, and then I put it in my backpack.
All right, you plant some poison ivy, and you put it in your backpack.
Yep. I'm gonna make sure it gets sun and stuff.
Right.
You are going to be permanently afflicted with poison ivy.
It doesn't do anything if you don't give it orders, so it doesn't. It won't actually like stumble around giving you hugs unless you want it to.
Yep.
It will, however, have additional stats beyond the awakened shrub because it's a poison ivy awakened shrub.
Excellent.
It will deal poison damage in addition to its slashing damage, and make a con save or give enemies disadvantage for their turn.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm good.
Because try to swing a sword while your skin is afflicted with poison ivy. Try to do anything while your skin is afflicted with poison ivy.
I don't know. I've never had poison ivy.
It sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Everything hurts all the time.
My brother gets it very badly.
Because like what happens is it rubs against like your skin, which is on fire, basically rubs against your clothes. It's like rubbing a burn. Like no.
Yep.
Anyways, it's not lethal, but I mean, unless you're allergic to it.
I'm also going to re-up my charges because that I have been keeping track, but that was my last charge for teleportation circle.
Jack, how's your blood sugar levels?
Oh, I'm good. I was just co-opted by a cat.
I see. Well, I don't see. Show us the cat.
Oh, hello.
Wow. That's the sound that cat makes.
Yep. Well, right now he just sounds like he's full of bees.
Good cat sound.
All right. So
I would like to, in the same commission as I will pay for it myself, but I would like to commission a mithril chain net.
That'll be 300 gold.
Yes.
So some healing potions. I am all out.
Oh, that might be a good idea.
Yes, we are about to storm a lich.
I like how you guys are like just it's a chain of oh yeah I should get this, oh yeah I should get this, oh yeah I should get this.
I have 2 potions of healing right now. That's what I have.
You've been out adventuring for a long time, and you're like suddenly back into Rom. You're like, oh fuck, we should spend money.
I'm currently holding our 2 potions of supreme healing.
Okay.
I used the last potion I was given.
All right, let me get you one. I'll get you two.
Nah, I'm fine. I can get
Okay.
to myself now. I got some of the money we got paid as well. But thank you for the offer.
We all just got paid $6,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ithram Moneybags Valar.
Is not a thing.
That will never be a thing as long as he is a wizard.
Yeah.
Wizards go through money real quick.
Yep. All I have to do is find new spells.
Well, hey, you're going to the lair of a lich. I'm sure there will be some new spells in there.
Yeah.
There'll probably also be some money there.
Yeah. How much are like greater? Because it goes regular, greater.
50, 100. It's 50, 100, 150, 200, 250.
Okay.
100 for graders.
100 for graders. I will get 6 graders.
All right. So, do you tree stride to Everstone?
Yep.
You find a tree.
Support this plan.
You find a tree, open a portal, step through. One of you goes, "Oh no, wait!" and you're already through, and you're gone.
How many days is it going to take for the mythical chain commissions to go through?
3 days.
3 days. So if we find a tree within our 3 days of traveling via wind, then we can head back, get that, come back again, burn 1 extra day, and keep going.
You are outside the city of Everstone.
All right. Now we need to... We want to just rest here and try and get back enough energy to wind walk, or start walking and then rest later? I feel like it'd save more time to rest here and then start wind walking.
We can't really cross the channel partway through between Everstone and Stowfleet, right? Yeah.
Stowfleet.
So.
So I'd recommend we rest here for the next however many hours it'll take you to regain that power, and travel exclusively via windwalk.
Oh, good. Come here, Nistel's magic aura.
Blend!
All right, so you rest. You take another long rest.
Yep.
There were 2 days where you didn't cast Nistel's magic aura because you rested. You had 2 long rests on top of the island.
I feel like there wasn't much of a reason for him to not cast it. He would have, like, it's been a thing he's been intending to keep up.
Okay,
I did.
I'll let you say you did, just because you said you cast other things but didn't. So
yeah.
Okay. So you did indeed keep it up. So yeah, you just remember to say the things you do.
Yep.
Because I will take that as not doing it.
Yep.
You rest in Everstone. It's safe enough to rest in Everstone. Valdeth has a house here, or a tower with guest rooms. Take a long rest. You have your wind walk again. You cast it. You begin wind walking. Traveling over Morn, you travel very quickly as you travel by clouds. You pass by the large mountain spire that is the left eye of Morn. You can see very clearly while you're traveling past it large castle structures built into built into the sides and peak of this mountain. Several aspects of it which seem to be actually situated on clouds rather than on the peak of the mountain as you fly past. At about 6 hours. I mean, you're all fart clouds. You can't talk.
Right. Yeah.
At about 6 hours,
you can condense. You can decide to
Yeah, but that takes a full minute out of your.
It does.
Take a full minute. Stop in the middle of the air to comment on this castle.
You and I would definitely do that.
And then you would fall because you've condensed in the middle of the air.
That's okay.
Anyways.
They descend for a minute very nicely and safely.
You continue on past the mountain, and eventually you see the right eye of Morn, which is this large lake, in the middle of which there is this city, sort of built up on an island in the middle of the lake. And as you start to pass over it, there comes a point where... Give me perception checks, everyone, in your cloud forms.
Sure.
What do my misty eyes see?
What do your misty eyes see? This is visual, Gent, but you're
14.
in mist, so you don't have an advantage.
Okay, well, I rolled a 14 the first one anyway, so.
Rolled 11.
13.
11. Terrible roll.
Yeah, you have a +9.
Yeah.
I had an alright roll.
I'm going to guess that in wind form, I don't have disadvantage.
Correct, you do not have a disadvantage in wind form.
7. Didn't matter.
So, Gent, you're the only one that sees this faint blue shimmer as the rest of the clouds continue on, and you hesitate for a second.
Oh no!
All of you make all of you except Gent make Constitution saving throws.
Uh-oh.
But
16.
I'm a cloud. I can't talk.
8.
Also 8. We're just rolling the same thing.
Yeah.
Are we
Regardless
racing?
of
Are we
I
modifiers.
racing?
literally can't roll an 8, but let's see how poorly I do.
8. No.
Fuck y'all.
All right, Titania and Ithram take 34 points of lightning damage.
Ow!
As Valdeth and Kalerna only take 17 points of lightning damage. As you run headlong into an invisible magical barrier that A, blocks your passing over the city, and B, shocks the fuck out of you.
Oh, good news. It's not a concentration spell. We're okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ow!
Well,
Oh,
it's
that would have been bad.
no.
How high up are we again?
You're pretty high.
We would have been all right.
couple hundred feet, probably.
Whatever, we're like gods, right?
I have
Yeah,
Featherfall
this is
prepared
basically gods.
for
So
the
yeah.
chance that we ran into.
So yeah,
Anti-magic or anything like
Get
that.
stopped ahead of it. The rest of you
Yep.
ran into this barrier. What you doing?
Well, is it now quite obvious that there's a barrier here?
Oh yeah. Like
We
you
go
can't,
around it.
you can't tell directly where it is, but you can tell that there is a barrier around the city in the middle of this lake.
Or do there,
Gent
do there
is, Gent
appear
is
to be,
just
like, corner
wildly
pieces?
gesturing. Since
do
he
there-
can actually see it and starts.
Make perception checks to see if you can spot where the anchoring points of this barrier
Yeah. Stop rolling like shit. 19.
are. Just berate your dice. Apparently, it helps.
18.
25. There we go.
To be fair, we watched the sparks go back, like trace back to where they anchored.
You were up close and
Ed.
personal when it happened. So yeah, you all can see that there are these large crystal pylons at four corners around the city that sort of like they're anchored in the water, so it's hard to see when you're traveling. But now that you've run into the barrier, you can see it easier. That would be the corner points of this barrier.
So we go around it.
You can also see that there's like a gate. There's a gate on the bridge that leads to the city that seems to be in line with the barrier.
Is anything inside the city reacting to like bugs hitting the windshield?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
So we go around. Good defense for anything trying to fly into the city, but
Oh yeah, there's definitely some. You get the sense that animals have an instinctual ability to evade this, but you guys are humans, not animals, and you're just flying straight ahead. No, humanoids.
Okay. Now we know what it's like to be the dragon flying in the middle of a goddamn storm. The hell's the barrier you're doing all the way up here?
But you fly around and eventually land on the far side of this lake, on like sort of a mountain ridge that then leads to the edge of Morn, which is where you end your windwalking spell.
What was that?
Being effective.
what's the name of the magical kingdom on Morn?
Misthaven.
Misthaven?
That would probably have been the barrier around Misthaven,
The capital city, at least.
around the capital.
Oh. Ow.
I didn't realize we were flying over Misthaven, and I would have kept an eye out.
You didn't even know there was a barrier over Misthaven, really.
Yeah, but I can figure Misthaven's the magic city. They probably have magic defenses.
Yeah.
That was Oh, damn. We should visit there. I need to learn that spell.
I don't think that's so much a spell as much as an enchantment.
I need to learn that enchantment then.
Yeah.
Well, it'll take a number of large crystal pylons, but once we construct these additional pylons, I'm sure we could manage something.
But
Is everybody else okay?
I feel
Yeah.
like it might be helpful if before we turn into mist, at some point, if we have the capability, if we could establish some sort of telepathic network so the next time I see something that you're all going to crash into, I can actually tell you about it before you do.
That we can do. I have that.
Oh,
You do?
Yes, I got it.
how
from
long
a
did it
spell.
last?
It lasts for an hour, but let me see.
Well, we could at least talk for the first hour that were clouds.
Yes. Let me check to see which ones did I grab again. Distant and transmuted. All right.
You
did
got
not.
rescinded.
Nope.
We don't have that tea set from last campaign.
no,
Yeah. The telepathic teeth.
you do not have the telepathic tea, unfortunately. You might be able to find it somewhere.
We'd have to know it exists.
I mean, there's that too.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there is a kobold that sells random magical shit. He might know where it is.
Hey! Quick scale!
Yes.
Oh shit, he's here. This is great.
No,
He's very fast.
I don't know.
I was gonna say.
Selling my wares.
Quick scale wasn't a pejorative. Okay.
So yeah, so you all rest.
Yep, Nistel's magic water.
All right.
And also Mordenkainen's private sanctum.
Okay. How are you setting up watches?
Gent will go first.
Yeah, I will take second.
I'll go third.
All right. 3 watches is all you need. So yeah, you set up in this
Don't
basically
pair
this.
up with somebody.
Okay.
Klerna doesn't not do watches.
We'll say Kalender's
Gonna
on first
sleep.
watch. Actually, we'll say Kalender's on second watch, where it's the middle of the night.
That makes sense, actually. Yep,
Mhm.
most effective.
Yeah, you've set up yourselves in like this little copse of trees within visual radius of Misthaven, of the capital of Misthaven, but not like very close to it. And you create the fog around you to hide you from others, and begin watches. Gent, go ahead and give me perception, Gent, for the first watch. This time you do have your goggles.
Heyo. Boop. 21.
Not much to see. There's a seemingly there seems to be some sort of trade caravan heading into Misthaven as you start your rest. So you sort of watch that for a while. That seems to have the most of the attention of things in the area. But nothing immediate on your watch comes up.
Cool.
And then we go to our second watch, which is Valdeth and Kalerna. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
21.
8.
As the night wanes,
My dice rolling says, "Fuck your disadvantage. I'm gonna screw you anyways."
as the night wanes on, Kalerna, you're mostly distracted by the shiny lights of Misthaven. You've never seen Misthaven before, so it's
Right.
weird. And actually at night it's a little bit easier to see the barrier, just because whenever something hits it or whenever something affects it, there's like this little slight electric ripple that sort of cascades through the air, and that's what has your attention. Valdeth with a 21, nothing's around. You're pretty confident in your position right now that you're not near any sort of a den or any sort of a bandit camp or anything like that. And second watch, unless there's anything you guys want to do. Nope. Second watch ends. Aethrum, give me a perception check.
All right, I'm gonna use the Crystalline Chronicle to switch one of my spells out, and then I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on myself.
There you go.
So, advantage. 9.
You're very wise with your owl's wisdom, and you begin
Exactly.
pondering the nature of the multiverse, and what does it mean that there are other material planes that you could travel to? Does that mean that there are other spheres of rock floating in the great sea of stars above you, or does that mean that they are alternate dimensions layered across one another? This keeps you up throughout your shift. You pay no attention to anything else, though.
I also try to figure out exactly how they got the barrier to work.
Yeah, it's definitely. It seems like the pylons.
What combination of enchantments and materials?
It seems like the pylons are powering it, so the pylons are enchanted in some specific manners.
Yeah.
You imagine that if you wrecked one of the pylons, you might break the barrier as a whole, but
that is an experiment I'm not willing to do. At least not by myself.
But eventually your shift ends, and you all wake up, and you continue on your way. Unless there's any morning conversations.
So what did
Nope.
you think about being able to speak well in this form? This transportation form?
I can link us telepathically for the first hour of travel.
I see. Very well.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm not saying otherwise.
And it doesn't
So would I.
actually expend any of my resources. It just takes a bit of time to cast.
Okay.
If you want to set that up for us.
Yes. So he pulls out a pair of eggshells, one from a lizard, one from a bird, sets them across, and says, "Everybody sit around."
Ooh, okay.
And then
Eggshells.
spends the next 10 minutes ritually
Next
casting.
hour and 10 minutes.
Hour and 10 minutes. Ritually casting.
It's only an action to cast.
No, very telepathic. Oh no, so the duration is an hour. Sorry,
Duration is an hour.
is
Casting time is an action.
I was reading the duration of the casting time.
Yeah.
If it took an hour to cast and it only lasted an hour, that would be a shitty spell.
That'd be super inefficient.
That'd be a real shitty 5th level spell.
So yeah, 10 minutes. Everybody focus on one egg. You don't need to do that, but he's. And then
okay.
just one, and you have to focus on the same. And then 10 minutes later, we're all telepathically bonded. All right, we're good. And he picks up the eggs, puts them in the component.
Cool.
John, check roll 20 chat.
Yes.
Okay.
Tanya's just gonna chatter the whole time. It's not.
All right, so
She was very annoyed that she couldn't talk. It was like, "What's that thing? What's over there?" Like all of the. I am in a car on a very
Right. Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
trip.
What's that?
So you get that for an hour, and then silence.
Yeah.
Right.
Blissful silence.
at some point
That's a
during
good way
this,
to mark the end of the spell.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, oh, can't hear Titania anymore. We must not be able to talk. Or Titania.
The spell ends roughly as you are in the middle of a blank piece of ocean. Just
Serenity.
Aetherm's like, forgetting that spell.
No.
Gent is just unnerved by the fact that he doesn't have to blink.
Yeah.
So weird.
Eventually, towards the end of the 8 hours, you spot what definitely looks like the foundation of a massive building, like just sort of like a corner, some corner of like maybe it was a tower, maybe it was just a wall at some point in time, with sort of like arrow slit arches that are the size of like you. As you get to the ruins of the southernmost island of the Stowfill 8.
Cool.
Where so before you can see there's a coast. There's an uninhabited coastline, small set of cliffs, like 30 feet up, small set of cliffs, and then ruins that are covered in trees and things.
Ooh.
So where do you set down?
Probably sometime somewhere along the coast, because we've been warned the island is haunted if you go further inland.
Yeah. The ruins seem like a good place to it's partial shelter there already.
Yeah, but again, that's haunted.
Is that farther inland? I thought that was right on the coast.
I mean, the ruin is on the coast. That's what you can see.
But we've established that the ruins are the ruins of an ancient giant kingdom full of giant ghosts.
Okay.
So
yeah,
Valdeth would want to avoid the ruins.
So Valdeth is going down to
I'm
the
kind of curious
coast.
about them. I might condense over there. Sorry.
So Valdeth, you head down to the coast. Titania, you head up to the ruins. Where's everyone else going?
Do I see this happening?
Make a perception check to see if you can make out clouds among clouds.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I will also.
24. Almost a natural 20.
Actually, good for this time. 19.
The two of you can indeed tell that there are two different clouds going two different directions.
Following the one that's going to the ruins, because I don't trust that.
Ithram, you can also tell.
He'll head down with Valdeth, just so that Valdeth is also not alone on an island that's the entirety is probably haunted.
Probably fair.
Proximity to the ruins probably doesn't matter that much.
Gent will condense next to Titania.
Well, hang on. Kalerna, where are you going?
There is much confusion and distress coming from this cloud.
Starts to rain.
Party is split. This is not supposed to happen. Ruins probably need more help.
Valdeth, you and Ithram condense as the spell ends. On the beach by yourselves. Gent and Titania and Kalerna, you condense as the spell ends. In an arrow slit.
Wow. This
Darling,
must be giants.
you did remember that these are haunted, yes?
Well, the ruins? I thought the island, it was like inside the island.
The ruins as a whole are haunted by the remains of the spiritual echoes of dead giants.
As the sword comes out.
Okay.
Thank you, Kalerna. We appreciate your caution. I understand wanting to look around. I'm very curious myself, honestly.
You speak giant, don't you?
Yes, I do.
There you go. You could try and talk to the ghost. Okay. Let's go
Last
back.
time I tried to talk to a ghost, well, you remember what happened.
Yeah, well,
yes,
I mean,
you did make some allusions to something happening.
I got aged 40 years.
a little touchy about it.
I can see that.
You got better.
Yes, I did. 40 years, which for someone of my descent
right,
is
my
significantly larger in
that
proportion.
matters to you.
It.
That is fair.
But yes, her grandfather was kind enough to eventually get that figured out for me.
Make a perception.
But I'd like to not have to go through that again.
Make a perception check, the three of you. This is hearing.
Visual?
Hearing.
Okay.
Not perception.
24. I am
18.
on fucking edge.
Yeah. Debbie ghosts around here. Of course you're on edge.
The three of you hear the sound of something heavy. Walking
and we're leaving
through the ruins.
Yeah.
We turn you into a T-Rex.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Okay.
You're standing in an arrow slit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that an action?
Oh, well, no, I thought it's a ruin, right? There's open parts.
Yeah. There's a large arrow slit, and then there's about a 40-foot drop.
Okay. Never mind.
To a floor.
Giants.
Right. I'm gonna turn into a fly then, outside of the arrow slit, and then hover there so we can get out.
I'm assuming you mean a giant fly.
Giant fly, yeah.
No, regular fly, please. Regular fly won't be noticed by the ghost giant.
So
Yeah, can we see anything?
no, you can't see anything yet. You're just hearing
Okay.
the sound of something moving. It's, it's kind of like if you're. It's kind of like if you're in a house and you hear somebody moving around upstairs.
Right. Yeah.
But but definitely you're much smaller, and this house is much larger, and those feet are also much larger.
Yep.
Fair.
Gent is just, he's got a cloak. He is just walking down the outside of this thing and out.
How high up is this?
The fly is hovering near you.
I was going to say, Kalina, get on the fly.
Right, yes, the fly.
So meanwhile, Valdeth and Ithram, you solidified on the beach.
I just had
So,
like you guys supposed to leave.
I understand why you wanted to land here, but once you saw, I don't know, I have a solid guess as to who, but I don't know exactly. Was headed towards the ruins. Perhaps maybe we should have just followed as well.
No, because here the problem is Gent's going to talk her out of it and going to get them going. But if there were too many of us there, we wouldn't be able to easily leave.
I think we could have, but now we're separated, and we should probably start heading in that general direction.
Now we should probably be making something to guide them to us.
Make perception checks, the two of you.
God damn it.
Sight or hearing? I mean, it doesn't really matter for us.
Hearing.
20. I'm not rolling shit right now.
Natural one.
Valdeth, you don't hear anything but the crashing of waves. Ithram, you hear the distinct sound of, like, bones clattering amidst the sound of the clashing of waves.
From the water or from...
It's just sort of ambient. You can't really tell in what direction it is.
No, just bones rattling.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I didn't see they were headed that way. I was headed for the ground.
I like the idea that Valdeth's like, there's nothing that's going to be a problem, as like a skeleton assembles itself behind her and she completely doesn't notice.
It's standing right behind me, isn't it?
They flew off this way towards the ruins.
I will give you the peace of mind to tell you it's not a skeleton.
That is not peace of mind.
Technically, it is a skeleton, actually.
I was going to say, giant skeleton is still a skeleton.
It has a skeleton?
There is a skeleton involved.
Yeah.
Just like with all of us.
Are we about to fight the Valhazak?
But...
You did not say no.
Hold on 1 minute. Do you not hear that?
If it's pointed out to me, do I hear it?
All you hear right now is the sound of a giant fly buzzing down.
I hear a fly.
No, that's not the noise, but that's...
I jump off as soon as we're like 5 feet off the ground.
I pop the shield out.
I start heading back because Gent's on foot, and so I'm assuming is slower.
I'm running to try and jump on.
You jumped off
because you are not going by yourself.
Make me an athletics check. Let's see how high you can jump.
It's one of my better rolls.
Kalina hops off, lands in the surf. The fly starts to run away, starts running back, leaps, just misses the foot because she can fly faster.
I'm looking for Gent.
You can see Gent walking down the...
Okay. I'm going to go to him.
You're a fly. You can see about 30,000 Gent walking down there.
Meanwhile, Kalina, now that you're in a new location, make a perception check for hearing.
Okay.
You honestly do not hear that.
I hear the ocean, and I heard a fly.
You also hear the sound of some sort of bone connecting with bone.
And we're going elsewhere right now, please.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. Velvet, you may want to pull out that shiny new sword that you got.
And it's at the ready.
Gent, make a perception check for hearing.
We're walking this way away from the
hearing.
Okay.
Pulls the sword, keeps it on her belt.
And we're walking, and we're walking.
So are you guys walking along the coast or towards the ruins where Titania's flying?
Towards the ruins because we all need to be in one place.
Yeah. Gent, you hear the sound of bone clacking. It's very close by.
Okay. Is it like, does it sound like it's close enough that I should be able to see the source?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do I mean, the goggles are down. He'll do a flip. He'll do a quick flip around and see if he can pick up on it.
You see, there's a couple of like holes in the tower wall that you're walking down.
Oh,
and
lovely!
Floating out of one,
Mm-hmm.
you see what looks like a giant skull with
Cool.
one eye hole,
All right.
just floating into view, looking at you, with this purplish light emanating from the empty eye socket and several other purplish lights surrounding it. The rest of you that are walking towards the ruin and flying towards the ruins, you can also see this death tyrant.
Question: how high above the ground am I?
You're still a good, probably a good 30 feet up.
Oh, he's just kicking off the wall at that point. Then he'll take the fall damage. Yeah, no.
Make an
he's getting
acrobatics
away from
check.
this thing.
Make an
All
acrobatics check, and then we'll roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Acrobatic or Sir Athletics?
Acrobatics for the landing.
Fuck. 13.
Okay.
We
Could have been worse.
It's only,
Could've been
it's
worse.
only, it's
We
only,
should be at
Yes,
full
we
health,
did.
yes.
Yeah.
it's only 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
The only
Okay.
person that's expended any energy is you.
So it's the same. It's basically the same setup, except you guys are on this side of the cliff this time. And Zavorn's not here. So you are all roughly here. Gent just landed there. Titania is currently in a giant fly mode.
Oh, we've
Yep.
had several. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little bit.
Long rest.
Yeah.
I did not take my long rest yet. There we go.
I don't have a giant fly. Why don't I have a giant fly?
That's
What-
okay. I just know I'm a giant fly.
Hang on. I should have a giant fly in my compendium.
You have a fly, but you can just make giant.
Yeah, but they have different stats.
You don't need stats, you just need the token.
Why is my Roll20 is also acting up for me?
Yeah, it wouldn't let me.
Roll20 might have had an oopsie while we were in the middle of playing. Let's everyone refresh your Roll20.
Okay.
As I'm reloading, it says we're currently investigating reports of site instability and performance
Mine's
lag."
working fine.
Nice.
Yeah, no, mine's working fine too, but I'm just not seeing like a.
Also,
an
I don't
tracker
think
or
there
anything.
is just a fly monster in D&D.
I mean, there is a
I
giant
got a
fly,
12.
Yes.
which is what Titania is currently. Did you get
Yep,
a 12
giant
using
fly.
the stats of the giant fly? Because initiative is based off your dex, and you have the physical stats of the fly.
Is the fly more dexterous?
No, it's
Oh.
not. It's the same as me.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it is technically one more. It's 13 and a 12.
There you go.
We're both +1.
I can't get back into Roll20.
Yeah, mine is
no.
stuck loading too.
Yep.
Yep. Same.
Uh-oh.
Well, I can't get back into Roll20 with one window. Hang on. Can I get back into Roll20 with the other window? No, in fact, the other window is just stuck on the scene that everyone is that the people at home are seeing.
Yep.
So we're just going to we're gonna improv this, I guess, until Roll20 decides it wants to work.
I've got dice.
Yeah, if you have dice, or if you want to just roll on your character sheet, because D&D
Roll.
Beyond will roll.
Yep, D&D Beyond will roll, and it will. And since we are all in the campaign,
But I'm not.
well, you're not
No,
because you're a contrary fucker.
Neither
Yes,
am I, because
I
I'm
am.
a samurai.
I
is not
am
classes on
Dwarven
D&D Beyond.
Samurai.
Oh,
Well, if you would remind me of that at some point, I will fucking create a basic version of the samurai.
Roll20 is loading.
I mean, it's been loading. Hey, wait, hang on. Now it's actually loading.
Hey.
might.
Yeah, my
Welcome
roll
back.
20's been fine the entire
Yeah.
time, along with
I
Jeremy's.
haven't had issues.
It's gathering steam.
What I'm saying is, it's clearly y'all.
I lived in the same state as
I haven't
both
rolled a
of you.
physical die in a really fucking long time. I'm
So,
suddenly
yeah.
realizing.
Yeah.
I mean, I live 20 minutes from John, so
There apparently is a bunch of southeastern storms happening, so that might be affecting our internet.
All right.
I got a notice from Misha Collins texted me saying,
Oh.
"Hey, I just heard about the devastating storms in the southeast U.S.," which is when I heard about him.
Which is also when I was there.
Misha Collins is a good guy.
Misha Collins is
I'm
a
on
very
his-
positive dude.
I'm on his community text list, so it's just really weird whenever because he'll text me happy birthday on my birthday, and it's at that point that I don't know if this is a automated thing or if this is a if he individually has to go through and text people these things.
I mean, did you when you signed up? Did you provide your birthday? I assume.
Yes.
Automated.
I was
Or
gonna say, yeah.
or he has a thing where he just checks whose birthdays are on there and just checks a list and then sends out a mass text. To all
Yeah,
of them.
it definitely could be automated, but it doesn't feel like an automated text, you know? Like they don't read like automated texts, which is having
fair.
sent a lot of automated messages, I can tell you I can recognize them very easily. Like it's weird. It may very well still be an automated thing, but I haven't yet figured out how the community texting thing works.
My guess would be on a semi-automated basis where it's just like everyone in my list whose birthday is today, I'm going to send out this message that I wrote myself, but it's going to be sent to everybody.
I know that, so you certainly can send not personalized, well, probably personalized too, but you can actually write stuff and send it through it, obviously. I remember I think it was last year's AW Double or Nothing, Cody Rhodes sent one out. That was very clearly not just a standard.
Yeah, because he sends texts like, "Hey, are you still in Georgia? How's life? I'm recuperating after hip surgery, so I'm a bit tapped out." It's like the texts have enough specificity that they feel like they're not automated messages.
And that's the goal of.
The
goal of those.
That is absolutely the goal of those services. It's hey, it works. If that's what. Every time I get a text from Misha Collins, I feel personally happier than I was beforehand. So.
Well, there you go.
As I continue to wait for Roll20 to fix itself.
All
right. Well, I'm just gonna
Should be
go
good.
ahead and roll initiative for this Death Tyrant over here, and maybe you guys will see it, and maybe you won't.
When did I get a light pink D20?
I mean, we won't see it regardless if you're trying to make it work in Roll20.
My dice are packed away, and it's very sad.
I have this
I can't.
nice thing here. Well, that's an interesting roll. Wait, hang on. Maybe it's working now. Do. Watch Roll20 fuck up our stream. Watch Roll20 fuck up our stream. All right. Has anybody rolled for initiative yet?
Yes.
I had a 17.
Valdez has a 22. Gent has a 17. I have a 15.
Hey, it's
Ifrim
working
has a 26, and then suddenly things are pop. Yeah.
Yeah, turnovers here.
That's back.
Things are popping back now. Yep.
Oh, got a handful of dice now, though.
Also, Valdez strength saved for some reason.
To see if the dice were rolling, which they were.
All right. Hey, there we go.
I got a 12.
Okay, now I can actually do the thing. Assuming that the token pops in. There it is. It's over here. It's about 30 feet up in the air right now. For what that's worth. As is Titania in her giant fly form.
Yep.
Here's the question I posit to you, John.
Looking for the giant fly. Yes.
Can I add the damage of a gunblade to the shockwave of NP?
No.
Okay.
The reverberations of the pulling the trigger does not affect the energy that you fling out with NP. An error occurred when I tried to find a giant fly. Oh well, I've got my Death Tyrant. That's all that matters. Titania, you're a giant fly.
I've got my Death Tyrant. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what Rhyhor is gonna say.
Okay, got a 13.
We can
Yes,
see
you
that, by the
did.
way.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I am over here. Excuse me. That made my head hurt.
Don't do that.
All right, Ithram.
All right. Oh fuck.
As it's
Real quick,
clacking
like,
its jaw, you
anything-
recognize the sound now.
Yeah. Do I know anything about death tyrants other than the fact that they used to be beholders?
Make a religion check.
Religion. All right. 10.
Looks like an undead beholder to you.
Yep. And I'm just gonna go off of what I know of beholders. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna stay over here for a second. And let's see. Yeah. He's gonna pull a black marble out of his pouch and bring it up over the death tyrant in his line of sight, and he's gonna cast gravity sinkhole on it.
All right, what's the saving throw?
Constitution DC 17.
What does it do?
Here, I'll throw it in. Let's see. So 20-foot radius sphere of crushing force forms at a point you can see within range. It tugs at the creatures there. Each creature in the sphere must make a Constitution saving throw. A failed save, creature takes 5d10 force damage and is pulled straight towards the center of the sphere. So I'm actually going to put it so that the top of the sphere is towards the bottom of the death tyrant so that it pulls it down to the ground so that the people that aren't
What's the radius of the sphere?
20.
20 feet.
So yeah, it fails, so it gets pulled 10 feet down.
Ooh, boo. It only takes 22 points of force damage. And yeah, it's pulled down towards the center, so
So yeah, it's pulled 10 feet down.
yep. Don't believe I can do anything as a bonus action.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
At the end of your turn, I need you to roll a d10.
It's actually pulled as close to the center as possible, and it's a 20-foot radius, so it'd actually be pulled 20 feet down.
Okay, so it's pulled 20 feet down. So it's 10 feet up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I need you to roll a random a d10 for me, Ethan.
Sure. I can do that. D10, 6.
Cool. At the end of its turn, it turns one of the little eye bubbles things that are around its head turns and fixates on you. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength.
Yeah.
We death tyrants.
I'm going to use inspiration for that.
Go ahead.
No,
Taking that one.
Are you close enough to save face? I think you're
I'm
out of
actually
range.
just out of range for
Oh.
everybody.
You did that to
Uh,
yourself.
I did, but I am going to use arcane deflection, so I gain a +4, so it's a 20.
Okay, you succeed the saving throw. You feel a force gripping you and starting to tug on you, similar to the gravity that you just did. But you manage to hold your position.
I know what that was, asshole. I have that spell too.
All right, Valdeth.
Da, 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 da. I need to snap. It is snapping. Darn you. There you go. Oh, look. Go here.
So it is 10 feet above you right now.
Yes. Bonus action, gain my sen. And let me see what NP costs my sen, doesn't it? Yeah, spend 1 sen charge. So I gain sen, then spend it, and make 2 attacks at it with the Star Metal Gunblade. I will use my Blood Fury.
It is currently out of your reach.
Yeah, that's what NP is.
Oh, okay, and got it. Okay, I missed you saying NP.
Didn't it get pulled down to the ground?
Yeah,
No,
well,
it
it got pulled 20 feet down. It's still 10 feet up.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
It was 30 feet up. It got pulled 20 feet down.
Gotcha.
Don't worry, I
19?
get access to the bigger one later.
19 hits.
17 slashing, 7 radiant damage, 16 necrotic damage.
Right.
And second attack. 19 again. It'll be 14 slashing, 5 radiant, and 12 necrotic.
All right. That the end of your turn?
That is my turn.
And you roll a d10.
Do. 7.
All right, you need to make a wisdom saving throw. As another one of these a different one of these little eye orbs focuses on you.
18.
You succeed. You can feel yourself starting to fall asleep, and you just sort of shake yourself awake.
Yep.
Gent.
Okay. I am going to back the fuck up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And take a shot at this thing. Do I know anything about death tyrants?
Make a religion check.
18.
You know that death tyrants are what happens when a beholder falls asleep and dreams that it died. And then dreams that it continued living on. They have all the eye rays of a regular beholder. They do not have the anti-magic cone, though. Instead, their central eye cone raises from the dead anybody that dies in front of it.
Okay. Cool. Stay alive. Got it.
It's also, it's also immune to a wide variety of status effects.
Gotcha.
Amusingly, despite being
Do
tougher,
I know specifics on any of those or no?
No, you just know it's a variety of status effects.
Okay. Gotcha.
Amusingly, despite being tougher, a death tyrant is kind of less dangerous because spellcasters can just keep lobbing spells at it no matter where they are.
Yeah.
Then he is going to just take 2 shots.
But if you die,
And
you're not coming back. That's the thing.
Right. I'm going to use my inspiration on that one.
Okay.
Much better.
A 30 hits.
Okay. 17 magical piercing damage.
Yeah.
Bypass resistance, etc., etc. And 23.
23 hits.
Another 12.
All right.
And he's going to use his bonus action to transform Finger the Profane for his next turn.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
I think that's everything. Action, move, bonus. Yep.
At the end of your turn, roll me a d10.
Okay. Seven.
All right. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
14.
Gent falls over asleep.
My gun's still transformed though.
Yeah, your gun's still but you
The
are
half-elves still
you
get
are
the thing.
unconscious.
The half elves still get the thing. You magic can't put you to sleep.
For half elves?
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Fey
Yeah.
ancestry.
Hey!
Well, then you don't fall
Advantage on saving
asleep.
Yeah, but I blink a little bit.
I was like, I know elves get this, but do half elves still get it?
Remember
And they
your
do.
racial traits. All right. Kalerna.
All right. Wee conk.
It is 10 feet in the air still.
That's fine.
I summon my echo on top of it. Sorry, not trying to step on your moves
No,
here.
that's fine. That is exactly what I am doing, though.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you
Go ahead
could.
and place your echo where you want to.
10 feet. 10 feet. I'm assuming it's not 5 feet tall.
It's
So-
10 feet wide by 10 feet tall. So
It's hanging off the side. as attacks.
All right.
Because it is where my attacks are coming from.
Gonna make your attacks. Miss all of them. That would be hilarious.
Shut up. 17.
Misses.
$18.
Misses.
This is why I don't like it when you say these things, John. 14.
Misses.
Oh my god.
God.
Action surge.
All right.
Go.
18.
Misses.
I hate you so much right now. 20. How's
Hits.
that? Does
20
it
hits. 20 hits.
For 7 slashing minimum damage. And also 3 fire damage out of a potential 2 to 8.
We got one
I
attack
have
left.
one more attack. Does a 29 hit?
29 hits.
All right. For 15 slashing. 6 cold.
And it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
It does.
It rolls a 20.
Okay, it's fine. And then I believe I can still do this. Yeah, it doesn't. This is not action economy dependent. I will unleash incarnation just so I can make one more attack.
Okay.
Because, let's miss one more time.
Yeah.
Yep.
15 misses.
Holy. All I had to do was roll a
7.
10 or fucking higher.
I've been hitting it on 19, so you have to hit on. Yeah, you have to
I
roll a
had
9.
9 or less, and I hit twice out of 7 attacks.
Yeah, you have to, AC is 19, so you have to hit it. You have to hit it on a 9, and you rolled less than that. You rolled an 8 twice.
Your curse is nothing if not consistent.
No, yeah, because it was 7, 8, 4, 8, 10, 19, 5. Wow.
It's now the Death Tyrant's turn because it only has 3 legendary actions. Well, 3 of you roll me a d10.
Sure, I'll roll.
Are you asking us to volunteer to take an IRA?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll volunteer for that.
No.
I'm not saying it's targeting you. I'm just saying you roll 3 of them.
7. It's another sleep ray.
We have 5 and a 7.
Sure.
I'll roll one. Oh, okay. Go
right.
go for it. Go for it.
6.
Oh, nope.
6.
It's wrong.
5, 6, 7.
5, 6, 7. All right, cool. Let's see.
Roll the die.
Does the eye rays are random? The targets are not. Ithram, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
$15.
That's a failure.
Wonderful.
You take.
Hang on 1 second.
Also, do we get an indication of which way its eye is facing?
16.
Yeah, its eye is currently facing sort of between Valdeth
no.
and Kalerna.
I'm not going to use that yet.
Its main eye is. So you take 26 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Oh.
That's joyful.
Valdeth, make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Still got a
Oh.
14.
You fall asleep.
Yep.
And what was it? It was that one.
I have been sleepled.
Yeah. Giant fly, make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
That's not
Sure.
good. I'm sure
Sure.
giant flies have great strength rolls.
I mean, it's
Strong fly.
I got a 20.
Hey, you succeed.
Sweet.
You succeed on your saving throw.
Angry buzzing.
You feel a grip begin to exert around you, but you manage to shrug it off. So that's 3 of those. And yeah, its eye is currently facing this direction.
Cool.
All right. That'll make it to Tanya's turn.
Right. I am going to buzz down to the ground.
So you were 30 feet up, so you fly 30 feet down.
Yup. Let me see here. Bonus action. Well, yeah. Bonus action to change back.
All right.
So I am myself again. And then, as I real quick look at that thing here to know what the range on it is, 60 feet? Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to point the wand of paralysis at it. DC
Alright.
15 con save.
So you point the wand of paralysis at it. Nothing
Yeah.
seems to happen. It is immune to paralysis.
Shit. Okay, that's my turn.
At the end of your turn, roll me a d10.
Okay. 5.
Cool. Ithra, make another Constitution saving throw.
God damn it. Oh, this is super annoying.
I'll
God.
use my other inspiration.
Okay.
14. Technically better.
All right. You take 51 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
I'm unconscious.
Not dead,
Oh boy.
Not
Okay.
dead.
because it
But I am
wasn't the death
unconscious.
ray.
That's good.
Ithram hits the ground.
Shit.
Oh, this is so annoying.
Ithram, it's your turn. Make a death save.
Oh, this is so annoying.
All right. It's been so long since I've rolled one of these. 4.
That's a failure. At the end of your turn, roll me a d10.
7. Somebody's going to take another nap.
Everyone that's currently out is immune to sleep.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They're all elves.
Kalerna?
Keep rolling those hard 7s.
Claire's an elf.
Drow, an elf.
Oh,
Where is it?
yeah.
Yeah, drow are elves,
Okay,
yeah.
sweet.
Valdeth, you're unconscious.
No matter how much surface elves try to pretend otherwise, they are elves.
At the end of your turn, Valdeth, roll me a d10.
Team no sleep.
Team wakey, right?
2.
Ooh, haven't rolled that
Oh,
one yet.
that doesn't sound. I don't know.
Kalerna, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not horrible at con.
Don't
no,
say
actually,
that
this-
out loud.
Look.
I know it doesn't matter, but
Okay, I'm going to
that
use
energy out.
Indomitable
Okay.
to re-roll that shit.
Okay.
Make it good.
20.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. You are.
I just need to tell your dice to act right, apparently.
You are not paralyzed.
Good.
Straighten up and fly right.
Kent, it's your turn.
Okay. God. Fuck.
Yeah, this went pear-shaped real fucking quick.
Didn't it though? Question: Having seen these eye rays come out and stuff, does it look like something you can counterspell?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, because this is the frustrating thing. All of the things that I can do to potentially help people, or at least take attack, require attack rolls or to be a spell.
Yep.
And it is
Yep.
neither of those things.
All right. We are going to focus fire a stun shot at this thing then.
Okay.
So the attack goes first. Where'd you go, Emperor's Virtue? 20 hits.
20 hits.
Okay. So it takes 11 piercing damage
Alright.
and 6 psychic damage. It needs to make a DC 17 con save or be stunned.
Natural 20 on the con save.
Okay. Bonus action.
I feel like
Fire
that
the
tyrant should be immune to psychic damage, but they're not.
You didn't want
Yeah.
to be stunned. No, yeah, a lot of undead are not immune to psychic, and it's
Yeah.
surprising.
Well, It's well, I mean, particular for death tyrants, they are not mindless.
No, they're not. But like,
So
I
they
feel
should
like
be taking psychic
I
damage.
feel like
that
their
shouldn't be an advantage,
their
so-
inherent insanity should prevent them from taking psychic damage. 14 misses.
Your mind can still be
Yeah.
unraveled,
Yes.
even if it's already unraveled.
But then they're broken,
I mean-
John.
Immunity to one more damage type wouldn't make them broken.
All right. That was his bonus action for Finger the Profane, which misses, and then he moves. And
Somebody wake me the fuck up.
Kalerna.
I'm busy trying to be the only person in melee range with this thing now.
Well, your echo.
The only
is-
way I can wake you up is if I shoot you, and I'm at
Then
disadvantage
fucking
for
do
that
it.
because you're prone.
Shoot me up before I go.
I was more going evanescence.
I hate to even ask,
Mhm.
but did you go through all your legendary actions?
Yes, I've already used all 3.
All right.
That's why
well,
Ithram's down.
This has gone really well so far. So let's try it again and let's attack 3 times.
All right. 25 hits.
25 for 9 and then 3 fire damage.
All right. 17 misses. 19 hits.
All right, for 4 fire or 4 cold damage and 12 slashing. Make a save.
How would you like to kill it?
Huh. I did not expect this.
It had 5 hit points left after your last attack.
Okay. Well,
Does the steam blast the lower jaw open or something?
since I didn't, and I probably wouldn't have had anything to use it on anyways, I will say I bonus action to switch places, so I'm actually on top of it.
Okay.
Jam it and just like basically pry the skull open into pieces.
Yeah. So yeah, you get up on top of it, jam that sword down, slice it through, and the skull the eyes fade and it collapses down to the ground in several different pieces. And as you stand on top of it, Ithram, make me a death saving throw.
She's going down. Die, you fucking creature!
Natural 20.
You
Ithram,
wake up with
Ithram,
one
you
hit
wake up
point.
with 1 hit point.
Oh, thank God.
Hey!
Hey!
As
there
you
go,
hear the
bud.
sound, as you all hear, those of you that are awake still, hear the sound of more things approaching from the ruin. And that's where we're
Yay.
going to end for this week. Say bye,
I'm
everybody.
still fucking asleep.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.